Okay, children. So, as I had explained to you from the various pictures in the atlases, that scales are essential when we want to show a large piece of the earth on a small sheet of paper. To show it in a proper manner, we reduce that area in a ratio, and that ratio is what we call as a scale, which is not the ruler or the scale that you have been using to draw lines. Okay, so in your books on page 32, you have the explanation given for scales. Now, they have mentioned that scale is an essential element of all types of maps. You cannot have a map without a scale. If I draw a map of India while I'm explaining something to you in the class, it is a drawing or a sketch because I am making it from my memory and I have not used any method of ratio or proportion to ensure that the map that I am drawing is technically a map where every size and every curve has been made actually in the ratio and proportion to what I am showing it on the blackboard. So, as they mentioned, it is so important that if a network of lines does not carry a scale, then we will call it a sketch. So, that is always a sketch or a drawing. A map scale provides the relationship between the map and the whole or a part of the earth's surface shown on it. Because we can have a map of the entire world or a continent or a country or a state or a city or even a small part of a city or a colony. And so as they've said, all the entire world or part of the earth's surface. Now you have the very important definition which keeps coming in the board exams from time to time, and that is what you need to learn. A scale can be expressed as a ratio between a distance measured on a map and the corresponding distance on the ground, connecting two given points represented by the same unit. For example, a map drawn to the scale of 1 is to 40,000 is expressed as 1 centimeter on the map represents 40,000 centimeters on the ground. Okay, so we come to the types of scale, and there are three scales, and ideally in every map all the three scales have to be made and shown as they each have a certain purpose to serve. So, starting with the statement, which is the simplest and the easiest way of showing or representing the scale by a statement, and please add the word verbal scale because that is another name for it. And they've given the example 1 centimeter represents 50 kilometer. What does this mean? That 1 centimeter unit on the map is showing 50 kilometer distance on the ground. But there is a problem, children, because in certain countries in the world, they don't use the metric system. That means centimeter, meters, and kilometers. Instead, they use the units of inches and miles. And a person who is not familiar with the metric system will find it difficult to understand this. Similarly, if I give you an example of a scale that is a statement or a verbal scale which says 1 inch is equals to 140 miles. Now you will not be able to comprehend it because you are not familiar with these terms. And therefore, there is the second method which is called the universal method. Here it has been mentioned over here. It is a universal scale because in this scale there are no units. There is simply a fraction. That is why we are calling it representative fraction, in short RF, which is a fraction where the unit or the numerator is the distance on the map and the second unit is the distance on the ground. The main thing being that here the system is the same, but as you can see, this is centimeter and this is kilometer. The units belong to the same metric system, but these are different units. But in the case of a representative fraction, when I say 1 is to 50,000, the unit here and the unit here has to be the same. So if I am saying 1 centimeter on the map, then this will not be kilometer, this will be 50,000 centimeters on the ground. But a person who is not familiar with the metric system may say 1 inch on the map is equal to 50,000 inches on the ground. Now the ratio remains the same because the unit of the numerator and the denominator is the same. And that is the advantage of a representative fraction. Whatever unit you want to put here will also be put here, and it does not matter whether you are saying centimeter, kilometer, inch, or if you're absolutely illiterate, let's say that I take this eraser as my unit 1 on the as the numerator, that is the distance on the map, and then 50,000 times I'm going to keep putting this eraser 1, 2, 3, 4 till 50,000 times I have put it, and that distance will be the distance on the ground. That is the flexibility of an RF or a representative fraction. Keep that in mind. This is also called a universal scale. And the last one, which is the linear or the graphical scale, which is, as I had shown you in the atlas, the drawing of the line, and then it is marked in the units that have been given in the statement, and then we use it for measuring distances. So these are your three type of scales. How it is drawn, all that detail that they've given here is not necessary, and in fact we will not be using the linear scale. We will actually be using your normal scale, which is the scale that you use, because the units marked on your scale are accurate, and sometimes the printing of these is not very accurate in the map, and so we don't want errors, we want accuracy, and for that you will use your normal rulers and scales. So these are your different type of scales.